Okay, folks, this will be an interesting one. This speaks a lot about some of the things I dream of in the future, big time. Something that I want to do and make big. We'll soon find out what this is. Okay, what is this? It is Incorporated. Okay, it's all about big business, and that's something I'm interested in the long term, folks. My goal one day is to design a copier system that is good for the environment, good for the human, and therefore you could say good for the human race, and something that gives a positive user experience instead of a negative one like most copier systems of today. And basically I have a lot of things I need to improve on. One of the things is it's not just the copier system, it's the way people are hired, that there's got to be no exploitation of foreign workers, and basically the manufacturing of this photocopier will occur on Australian soil, and basically we're not going to take it offshore to manufacture. So we've got to basically change how everything's done. Yes, we will have skilled migrants, a fairly moderate number of those, maybe 15% of the workforce can be sourced from overseas, but basically they have to be naturalised Australians, so they have to adhere to the Australian way of life. So it's not just, and these people have got to be basically paid a wage that is the same as all the other Australian workers, the ones who are already in Australia, but the unnaturalised, the Aussie-born ones. So, we got to think of the employees. We don't want to make them work for peanuts, And just because they're foreigners, we don't want them to work for peanuts. We want everyone to have a fair go. And this will be on Australian soil. This company will be 100% Australian owned, Australian made, Australian designed. No offshore. The only thing that comes offshore is, yes, some of the workers, and the materials will be sourced from mostly recycled materials whenever possible. And one of the things I'd like to do in regards to recycling is to take electronic waste and other waste in foreign countries like China and India, and use that, import that material, clean up. So when we're building our equipment, we're actually going to be cleaning up places that are being polluted by these big companies that we know today, and we have to fucking make it do that. So in the process we're trying to clean and green our planet while saving mined resources for the future, long-term future. And the equipment, when we build it, we're going to offer, it's going to last up to 60 years instead of 5 years for this piece of shit. It's got to last. The best way to help the planet, we need to enlarge it more. The best way to help the planet is to basically create equipment that lasts, that actually still keeps working as long as possible. We have to fucking think like that. We've got to think differently to the way we are thinking, the way we're polluting our environment, and the equipment's also got to be give a positive experience, like that it works, that it's more than fit for purpose rather than less than fit for purpose. like this shit we have here that Konica Minolta put together. They can't do anything. So I'm really want to make a difference, and I want to give most of the money I earn as CEO, and I want to take that money and use it to help other people, to fund scientific endeavours and humanities. So we want to make a huge scientific and humanitarian difference with the money that I earn. Look, I'm not going to give up all my money, but I'm going to give most of it away. I feel it, for me, it's the right thing to do, to give more money away rather than keeping it for myself. I'm not interested in being a pig like the companies like Konica Minolta typically like to do. So, you have to think of the future. You've got to think of your children and your children's children, not just about how much money you can earn in a fucking year or 2 years and then fuck up the planet just because you want to make more bloody money. That's just not acceptable, folks. That's not good enough. I really have no respect for the way the industry is, the status quo. So it would be really nice, because I really love photocopiers, folks. That's why. You've got to love your product. If you don't love your product, of course you're going to produce a fucking pigsty out of it. You're going to make shit. You don't care about the product. You don't care about anything else but your fucking money. No, I'm not going to let that. I'm not going to be one of those people that like to do that. I'm not interested. But, it really gets to me that so many people do everything for the sake of money. They don't have any idea what they should be doing, and they don't care. They just think, oh, it's lucrative. Oh, well, we'll do it. Lucrative, money. We'll make a lot of money and keep it for ourselves, and we'll be set for life. Fuck that. No, I say fuck that to people like that. No, I've not accepted that. Now that's a little bit too small because we've got that red bit there we don't want. But I really just can't accept the way people are these days. They just care about the fucking revenue, and that's the end of it. It really stinks. To me it really smells. But people are like that. People just don't give a flying rat's arsery about how things should be. Now that's looking good, I think. I don't know how much further we're going to push it. I don't know if it's going to look any good, to be honest, folks. Sometimes it's hard for me to know until I've actually printed this. So yeah. But yeah, it's nearly Christmas, folks. Christmas Eve today, and this is me in my outfit. Okay, this is just my way of trying to celebrate another boring, lonely Christmas. I'm trying to get in touch with a lost loved one. His name is Luigi, and he shares my passion for photocopiers, and he's going to help get me established in this business stuff that I'm going to one day bring up, make happen. You need to have someone in your life that shares your same goals and common goals and all that. And without Luigi, these future desires that I want to make happen, this new copier system will never happen without him, without his help. So hopefully it'll all work out just fine. But I know I trust that it's going to work out. It'll happen. I'm very confident. You've got to have confidence, folks. You can't let the competition make you feel less. You've got to think above them and think that you've got a better product and therefore it'll all happen. Anyway, that's come up looking quite nice. I wonder if we're going to do a switcheroo, or maybe we could do a switcheroo. But basically, you got to think above the competition. You got to think that, well, their product is inferior. Sure, they've got more money and they've had more experience, but in the end, what's going to matter is how much confidence you have in yourself, and that you're going to eventually make something of it. Now, I wonder if this switcheroo is any good, or if I've done a bad thing. Yeah, that looks really quite interesting. I think we could perhaps do one more switcheroo, folks. But that's the basic thing. The basic message to take home is to believe in yourself. Believe in yourself. If you're doing a good thing by this world and by its people, you're onto something really good, and you've got to stick to it. So let's see how we go with this. Yeah, that looks better. I think that's the best one. I think that's the best switcheroo we'll have. I think we can now call it quits.